Friday, Dr. William Barber showed up at the state house in Raleigh, yeah, it's Raleigh, North Carolina, protesting them basically stripping the governor of a lot of his powers, and also the state Supreme Court, various other entities in the state of North Carolina. Here's a bit of Mr. Barber's statements, and then we're going to jump to an interview he did simulcasting with News One Now and the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
They ended their special session where they passed a ton of bills stripping the incoming Democratic governor of a lot of his powers. Here was a confrontation Dr. Barber had with one of the folks there. He, of course, when he showed up, he also showed out.
Political power, this is the Constitution, derives from the people. Yes. Period. It doesn't derive from anybody else, but it derives from the people. Yes, sir.
I'm going to be very clear.
Yes, sir.
That this class is very thin, okay, and it's subject to break. If someone does not know this class, it's subject to be break.
Okay, that's fine. Where is that? No. There is a place on this door that's steel, it's not glass. There's no rule that says we can't knock on it. It shouldn't be locked to start with. Our lawyers have advised you that they are out of order. None of us have done anything to be arrested. The House is not in session.
See, so he just came over there to try to disrupt Dr. Barber and the stuff that he was saying. Now, I'm going to skip past a bit of this because they start talking, stuff that has no pertinence to this issue. So hang on a second.
Reverend Barber, how you doing?
Well, Doc, we're in this fight, and we're going to fight. We got this. We had the legislators in North Carolina called a hurricane flood special session, claiming they wanted to help people. They used that as a trick and a cover to have what I'm calling now a Herod sinister session, because they're so afraid. The courts have ruled that our legislature is unconstitutionally constituted. They've got to redraw all the lines and have new elections next year. So they decided they want to try to strip the incoming governor and the people of their power of the vote, and that we're fighting. They've done this 13 times, Roland, in North Carolina. They passed unconstitutional laws and we beat them. And now they're trying to say the governor can't appoint his own people. He's got to come through the Senate. They're trying to change the route to the Supreme Court. They're cutting the number of appointments that he can make. And it's just unconstitutional. Let me give you a quick thing. All the people that planned this session were white in secret. They didn't have anybody else in there. Number two, we believe that they have violated so many laws, we're going to sue them. And nearly 100 people were arrested because, Roland, they locked the doors to the gallery and would not let the people in the people's house come in and watch them what they were doing.
In fact, when we talk about what they did, McCrory signs the bill into law, does not address the public, holds no news conference. I mean, he is, at the end of the day, a sore, sorry loser.
Yeah, a sore, sorry, sad loser and they're mad because what happened. Our coalition over 3 years was worked to change the Constitution. We won the governor's slot in spite of Trumpism. The governors, the AG, Secretary of State, all of those we won. The auditor, and a black man in North Carolina ran for the Supreme Court as a progressive. He won 76 counties and more than 300,000 vote margin between him and his competitor, which was more than the margin between Trump and Clinton. And it shows that you can break down the South if you organize right and build the right kind of movement. And they are scared to death. And McCarthy just sorry, you're right, to sign a deal taking away powers that he enjoyed from the incoming governor. But we're headed to court. We believe we can beat this. And on February, the second weekend in February, we're having a mass moral march on Raleigh. I'm going to be talking about, we want everybody to come because, look, we got to stop this because if we don't, it'll spread to other states.
And
so we got to stop it right now.
And they stripped the Supreme Court of a lot of its power, shifting it to a lower court because in 2017 you're going to have these new elections because the lines are being redrawn according to the court system. Correct?
Well, correct. And here's the thing about that. This is why we believe they violated the Voting Rights Act Section 2 and probably the Equal Protection Clause on 14th Amendment, because we voted with certain understanding about the governor and about the courts. And the fact that, as I said, all white people got in the secret section and did this, that we believe they're serious challenges. What they're now saying is that instead of you being able to go straight from Superior Court to the Supreme Court, where we have this progressive court now, they want all 15 members of the appellate court to have to hear an appeal. Not Roland. You know that's never been the case. There's always a panel. You know, a panel of 3 or a panel of 2. Now they say because the appellate court is Republican, basically. And many lawyers and scholars are saying that is a serious violation because they didn't stack the courts. We beat them. They were going to stack the Supreme Court, but we beat them on that. They have now denied access to the courts by creating this 15-panel requirement.
You mentioned the February march in Raleigh. Have you set a date yet?
Oh yeah, it's the what is that now? It's the Saturday. It's the second Saturday in February. It will start right at 9:30. I will get you all the information. Hopefully, we can push that. And people have asked me, what can they do if they want to send a little Christmas gift to NAACP? Just go to the website and do that. If you're in North Carolina, join the NAACP, join the Forward Together Mall movement. We're going to beat them. We're going to go to court and beat them. We're going to go to the polls and get people elected next year because these seats will be up. This is the first time the courts have ever ordered a special election. So these folks will only be in office for a year if we really go to the polls and work and build this coalition. Lastly, you know how Herod was scared Roland into rival? He was scared. They are scared. They are afraid. That's why they're doing this, and that's why they're cheating.
Let me say it again, Reverend Barber, and you are a preacher, but I believe you got to make that direct money appeal. Folks, they've raised already $63,000. The goal is $100,000. Let me be clear. You have to fund this effort. It takes money for the lawyers. If we're talking about our democracy, we must be willing to step up. So, Reverend Barber, give the website again where our listeners can give, whether it's $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, $500, $100, $5. Scott Bolden, I expect you to give a big check over there as well. But Reverend Barber, again, what's that number? What's the website number again?
You go to the NC. Make sure they go to NAACP. NAACP. You click on donate and you can give something and you can also join. Please do that. We need to fight and we need your help to do this.
All right then. Well, keep the fight up. And as any good alpha.
All right. So basically, I have not done it yet, but after I get through uploading these videos, I'm going to go in and kick in a couple of coins that I can afford towards this because if we don't stop them here, there's no telling where the next opportunity to stop these people is going to occur.